Earth's oceans are vast. They cover over 70% of Earth's surface and play a major role in climate by dominating Earth's energy and water cycles. Ocean surface currents are the energy transportation mechanisms that help to drive and maintain many of Earth's climate zones.
Do oceans warm up and cool down?
Ocean surface temperature, much like the atmosphere's temperature, is constantly changing. The oceans are a major and very active component of the climate system, absorbing about twice as much of the sun's radiation as the atmosphere or the land surface. What you see here is a data-based visual representation of heat fluctuations over an 18-month period. The bright red that appears close to the equator represents 95 degrees Fahrenheit. The dark purple at the poles represents 28 degrees. The fluctuations you see that first extend above and then below the equator show you the seasonal temperature differences between the northern hemisphere and southern hemisphere. The oceans absorb, store, and move heat, delivering huge quantities of heat energy to the global climate system.
What do ocean currents have to do with climate?
The ocean's ability to absorb the sun's energy is only part of the story. It's the ocean's surface currents that function to move large amounts of heat across the planet, globally redistributing heat and water vapor. Ocean surface currents are typically driven by surface winds and can have a huge impact on climate. For example, Northwest Europe, in spite of its latitude, is not a frozen land because the Gulf Stream off the eastern coast of the United States transports warm water north to those areas. In the Pacific Ocean, the Pacific North Equatorial and the Pacific South Equatorial currents, driven by the trade winds, move heat from North and South America's west coast to Japan and Australia. In the Northern Hemisphere, the currents move clockwise. In the Southern Hemisphere, they move counterclockwise. In between the two westbound Pacific currents is the returning Pacific Equatorial countercurrent that heads for the Central American west coast. These ocean current loops keep heated water moving into colder regions and return cooler water to the tropics.
Do ocean currents make different climates in different parts of the world?
The cycling of water by ocean currents produces different climates in different parts of the world. One example of the effect of ocean surface currents on climate can be found in the Hawaiian Islands. Here the climate is cooler than usual for a tropical latitude. This is due to the cooling effect of the California Current, returning from the North Equatorial Current, which runs north from Asia. Another example is the west coast of North America, where the California Current produces San Francisco's temperate climate and characteristic coastal fog. This globe view shows you all the major surface currents in the world. In each case, an ocean surface current either provides the heat for a hot or temperate climate or brings a cool or cold climate to land. Ocean surface currents help to drive and maintain many of Earth's climate zones.